Alright, oh, just creaking right from the start. Alright, welcome everyone to another Honkai Star Rail Sunday. And we might, last time we were here, we just sat and did this entire event, which is about 4 hours, just so anyone who's interested knows. Per usual, when I say that oh guys, I'm so tired, I'm not gonna do a very long stream, I end up streaming the longest. So, we'll see. But yeah, so we did our restaurant. It was cute. Apocalyptic Shadow is reset, so make sure that you do that so you can get the rewards. As you can see, not too terrible. Didn't quite do as good as I did last time I played it, or the last round of it. And then we're gonna start by doing this, because it looks like one of those, like, you just assign people tasks and you have to do it over so many days. So we'll do that real quick, and then we will get started on the Trailblaze mission. Very excited for this, and I'm also not half asleep, so we should actually be able to pay attention to what's going on. Oh yeah, there are stream, like, time, event, chat drop, whatever they're called, for the amount of streaming, and because I did that entire event in one sitting, you can go get those now if you'd like. And then in the last stream, just to update you all, I got Fu Xuan. I lost a 50-50 on Kafka, and we got Fu Xuan, so I have her up to level 80. I do not have her light cone. I don't even have a knockoff of her forced light cone. So she's got this one currently, and then here are her traces. We are working on those currently, but it is nice to have another Nihility or quantum character. I don't know why I said Nihility, but yeah, another quantum character, 5-star. I think that's about it, I think, to update you all. Per usual, I can't get past level 5 in Golden Gear, so we're working on it, I swear. I don't think there's anything else outside of a couple polls to do. We're at 41, so we might get early pity on this one. Yeah, we just might. Wonder who we'll get. We have all the standard characters except for now Sela, but I think Sela, you can only get the changed ones, like the new 5 stars that were added, if you're doing it on the limited banners, so. A Bailu would be nice. Get my healer up a little more. Or Gepard. Do I have Gepard's light cone fully maxed out? That might be bad for me. Let me look. Gepard. No. Okay. I was about to be concerned. No, Bailu is the only one that I have their card fully maxed out. Oh, welcome back. Hello, hello. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you've been doing well. It's been something. I can definitely agree with it's being crazy lately. But for the most part, just keep it on, I guess. Oh, Dunhung, hello. And then we'll do a couple polls on Kafka's light cone, see if we might be able to get one. Again, it'd be, I don't mind if we get the light cone or if we lose it, because that'll guarantee me for another one. And that puts us at 48 currently. Yeah, I would definitely say that the world is off its rocker recently, but we do what we can to stay calm, do what we're able to do, and keep pushing forward. That's 58, by the way. And we will do a last pull once we have enough pulls for it, which we might have by the time we get through this quest. We'll write down that we got to 58.
I will walk to the end with all your wills, no matter the cost.
I love his idle animation. I love it so much. Oh yeah, I got some text messages. I forgot about that. I want to drink sugary drinks. Could you please make more for me? Trying to take their text message back. Why can't I recall the first one? My apologies. Please just pretend you never saw that message. I messaged the wrong number. I didn't mean to ask you to buy me sugary drinks. Rest assured, Master Diviner, I saw nothing. Never mind, it's my own mistake. You don't need to cover up for me. Just so we're clear, I want to drink the medicinal tea made by the Alchemy Commission. I add sugar to it to replenish the energy I lose when doing divination calculations. Different kinds of sugary drinks help me divination in different ways. A medicinal tea with fresh gooseberry contains a slightly fruity tang, is very fragrant, and does wonders when I divine astronomical changes. Medicinal tea with puffer goat milk tastes silky and smooth and has a soft sweetness, perfect for when I stimulate navigation routes. A medicinal tea with sweet dates, chestnut, and honey has a sweetness dissolved into a bitter teas, fresh and invigorating ways, suitable for when I browse the Commission's vast libraries for information. Now you won't get the wrong idea, right? You can just say that you like to drink sugary drinks. I like them too. No need to use calculations as an excuse. Well, yes, I like sugary drinks. But it's also true that I drink them for my calculations. By the way, the Immortal's Delight sold by the Sleepless Earl in Starscape Haven is quite delicious. You should give it a try. Anyways, I shall head back to work now that I've finished my drink. Farewell. Say, have you heard of a knowledge-sharing website named Nofinity? The myriad of topics on the website encompass a diverse range, leaving no stone unturned. Occasionally, I, too, receive invitations to answer some of the questions posted there. Look at this one. How can a leader maximize their direct report's motivation to work? Why exactly do they want to invite me to answer this question? You're an outstanding leader, of course. As a Master Diviner managing the Divination Commission, a workplace question like this is a piece of cake for you. As a Master Diviner, you are highly experienced in the workplace, and other diviners rally around you in unity. Naturally, to govern is to harmonize. Higher-ups and underlings must not encroach. Let those keen of sight be on the lookout, and let those sharp of claws go on the hunt. Let all use their greatest strength, and shall attain peace. The most important aspect of the workplace is to ensure everyone is employed to do what they do best and do not intrude upon each other's jobs. How can a leader maximize their direct report's motivation to work is, in fact, all about letting the right person do the right job. The answer is very good as it is. You can probably just copy-paste what you just wrote, I think. I still need to think about this. Since they specifically invited me, they must also want examples from my own circumstances. Can you make Diviner Qingchui the example? Qingchui? She tries her absolute best at being a lazy slacker, though I have my ways to deal with her. I fear she is truly lazy to the bone. In fact, she is making me want to post on Nofinity. How can one motivate a habitual slacker to do work? No, this example won't do. Let's ponder this a bit more. Do you know the Looking Bronze in the Exalting Sanctum, the divination shop ran by Ryoyu? I heard about the other diviners for that shop is quite popular among Outworlders. Have you been to it? What do you think? Ryo did a reading for me. She's super accurate. As expected, after all, she was once a divination commissioner diviner. Kalis, I have a favor to ask you. Please go to the divination in Ryoyo's shop whenever you pass through the Exalted Sanctum, so she will get some business. That's the least I can do as her former boss. You want me to help your old employee's business? Sure, I can do that, but can I ask why? It's because... it was I who personally drove her out of the Divination Commission. The hexagram from the Matrix of Precedent showed that Ryu would be driven out of the Divination Commission by my own hands. I fear that implied she might be in mortal danger if she stayed in the Commission. Of course, I never told her this. I just told her that I divined this outcome between us. I can understand. Factual results determine everything. There's no way to examine might-have-beens. Indeed, Ryoyu being safe and sound right now is the best evidence. I'm impressed that you're not surprised. The ways of divination are obscure and unpredictable. I was constantly confused for the first century during which I studied divination. If one day the Matrix Suppressor Prince told you to quit your job, would you do that? If such a day comes, then I will do it. Please make sure to go and see her business. Okay, let's go start this really quickly, and then we will finally get to the new section of the main story quest. Which, surprisingly, I have been able to avoid all spoilers for. I think I've seen, like, one clip of the boss fight with, Lycurgus, but that was to be expected because I think they showed part of his boss fight in a prior trailer for like the last section of the like prior to this patch. You seem to have time on your hands. I happen to have a tiny little experiment where you could be useful. I've got no interest in a space station's fireworks display. That Stellaron inside of you, keep it to yourself. I'm going to digitize portions of my memory and knowledge into data, upload them to the space station's encrypted server, and create an AI copy of myself. She'll answer the boring questions I'm too busy for, help Astra run the space station, and possibly discover interesting research directions I've missed. The beauty of machines is that they never need breaks or get tired of repetitive tasks. Naturally, she won't compare to the real me. She's merely a shadow of my brilliance. And this, her to comes with an expiration date, after which she'll be completely erased. After all, you never know when some dim-witted hacker might attempt to break into the database. I need you to monitor this AI version of myself and see whether she can manage different scenarios. Asta and I have lined up several tasks. Some involve data collection from your end, others are tricky problems to stress test AI Herta, and some are unexpected situations. I'm curious to see how she'll respond. These tasks will train AI Herta while also putting the space station through its paces. I'll need you to pitch in by helping the space station team ensure the experiment runs smoothly. I've uploaded the details to your terminal already. I don't want to waste time explaining everything here. Look at that eagerness. Been a slow week. If you're that desperate for something to do, you could always run a few more tests in my simulated universe. I wonder how my AI version will assess your work. She might be more forgiving than I am, since she hasn't been exposed to many fools yet. So don't let me down, or should I say don't let us down. Okay, yeah, I thought so. It was one of these. But yeah, so these are actually like time-based, so you can't just like wait till the last second to get them done. So definitely important to start on those relatively quickly. Okay. Time to begin, before their deaths.
I reunited with Don Hung and unexpectedly made contact with Screwlum. He warned us that Amphorius was actually an experimental ground for the erudition and was rapidly falling into the path of destruction. A Lord Ravager would soon complete its evolution in Amphorius. To tackle the crisis together, I stayed behind in Amphorius as an informant, while Don Hung returned to the Express as planned to seek help. On top of that, Screwlum informed us that March 7th had also been drawn into Amphorius earlier. However, the current priority was the Era Nova. I quickly arrived at the Vortex of Genesis and met with Finan. The Era Nova ritual was supposed to proceed smoothly under the guidance of Lycus, but the appearance of the Flame Reaver once again left the fate of the world hanging in the balance. We struck down the enemy's mask, only to discover that his face was identical to Finan's. When his body was pierced by the ceremonial blade, a flood of memories surged forth, revealing the truth about Finan, the Flame Reaver, and Amphorius. It turned out that all of us were trapped in the eternal recurrences created by Finan and Cyrene. And the Flame Reaver was Finan himself, who had burned out after bearing countless core flames. Their goal was simple: to oppose the Eon and rewrite the world's doomed fate of destruction. The eternal recurrences had already played out 33,550,336 times. And this final cycle, I promised Finan to take on the title of Deliverer and save the world in his stead, while he would fulfill the wishes of the countless versions of himself, tear the sky asunder, and confront the destruction head on. Thus, with Finan's help, time in Amphorius reset once more, but I became lost in a chaotic flow of time. At the critical moment, Mem, who had regained all her memories, sacrificed herself to send me back to the beginning of time.
Peaceful days are like breezes carrying the scent of wheat fields.
Hello. Your surprised expression is just like what the memories recorded. Maybe I'm both? Just kidding. If I had to choose, then I'm probably closer to the latter. It's pretty unbelievable for me, too. It's like I had a long, long dream. Cyrene's memories and Mem's memories, they're all tangled together. But when I woke up, there were only broken fragments left. I can't remember what happened in those 30 million cycles, but I remember what you did for this world. Like, didn't you wish for me to turn into a pretty girl back at the Grove? You didn't? In that case, just treat it as my own wish then. There's so much I want to say, but unfortunately, this isn't the time to reminisce. With the memories of the previous flame chase still intact, we've returned to this place at the beginning of time, so we can carry out our promise to Finan. The descent of Iron Tune may be looming over the horizon, but we still have a chance to change everything. Ide Silicii is so quiet. In Cyrene's memories, she always sits alone by the lake, gently swaying on the swing, like she's waiting for someone. Yes, Finan too embarked on his journey because of this view. He then walked alone for more than 30 million cycles. Thankfully, you arrived during his long wait, friend. Is that also why Cyrene did what she did? It sounds weird, doesn't it? It's something that happened to me, but I'm talking as if I'm an observer. But that's just what those memories are like. Vague and unclear, as if encased in thick ice. The only things I remember are the days I spent with you. Emphorius will fall into an ending of destruction after the next Era Nova. But those stories went out of fashion ages ago. In a proper romantic epic, the hero's supposed to foil the villain's plot, right? That's right. We now know that sealing off the sky wasn't Aquila's actual intention. Lygus is the mastermind behind it. The one who's trying to control everything. How unforgivable. But I still feel a bit anxious. Lygus chose to walk into the spotlight and reveal everything, which means he still thinks the current situation is under his control. Maybe he still has an ace up his sleeve. Think about it. Even the name Lycurgus is a fake one. We have no idea who or what he really is. Which means it's probably time to borrow that treasure you're carrying, friend.
Make a wish to the Stellaron to destroy Lygus.
Yep, that Intellitron friend did say, when required, it can also serve as a bridge for communications between the internal and external world. Id Silicii is a little village enclosed by time. We might be able to contact the outside world from here. Why don't we give it a try? We should at least tell our friends from beyond the sky that you're still in one piece. Firstly, we need to find a well-hidden spot.
In their secret hideout, how poetic.
It's super quiet here. Sounds can't get in or out. Back in Cyrene's memories, this room was her secret base. No one noticed her practicing Orynyx's prayer here, or trying to speak with the gods in secret. But today's different, isn't it? We aren't trying to contact unreachable gods, but humans from other worlds. Real people. I'm prepared to witness that miracle, friend.
The way Cyrene talks is so similar to Mem. I have so many questions. I'm also worried about how Dan Heng and March 7th are doing. Here's hoping the chronocognitive anchor can still function normally. Because I really need answers.
Signal strength, 14.8%. Dialogue window, 16 minutes, 22 seconds. Prerequisite, no external interferences. We are very glad to learn that you're safe.
Sorry, no good news. When two geniuses show up once, you know you're in deep trouble. Listen up, little one. The Destruction's eyes are gazing upon this place. No, I'm not joking, and no, it's not Droidhead. It's the real Nanook.
Time is running out, so I'll explain in terms you understand. This world, Amphorius, is in fact a testing ground, where the Lord Ravager, Iron Tomb, evolves through self-extrapolation.
Love the, I'll explain in terms you'll understand. I will dumb this down quickly so that we can get to the main point. We don't have a lot of time.
Hiding in this segmentum, unknown to other life forms, it has endlessly repeated the process of era nova, seeking a solution that could obliterate the erudition. For some reason, the experiment entered a prolonged state of stagnation. However, it has now restarted. Prediction: if effective intervention is not performed, Iron Tomb will complete its self-coronation in 14 system hours and initiate its plan to destroy the entire path of erudition.
The possibilities are endless. Breaking down interstellar communications, destroying the synesthesia beacons, returning cosmic civilizations to the Dark Ages, or even starting the third anti-organic war. Any of it would be able to bring the cosmos to its knees. Simply put, it will tilt all sciences and technologies towards the destruction. And since Nanook glanced at this place, it means they are being dead serious. Based on info provided by the IPC, Iron Tomb probably isn't like Selenova or Zephyro, who are overlords ascended from human beings. Instead, Iron Tomb is an algorithmic sequence. It can be anywhere, as long as there is a receptacle for its calculation.
Ooh. And considering that this is a definitely high-tech sci-fi setting, that is real bad. If it's less of a physical entity and more of a viral code one. That's really interesting concept-wise. It's the evil AI in every like sci-fi story. Also, I've heard rumors that Selenova is going to be playable. If they make Selenova playable, I better get Zephyro. Zephyro looks so cool to me.
The version of Iron Tomb hiding in Amphorius is its source code, and this scepter is its incubator.
Yeah, I was about to be with this 14 system hours. I was about to be like, that's not a lot of time, but especially if we have to go through like different timelines. But the time in Amphorius is a lot shorter question mark than real life. Like the whole like, oh, it could be a week in Amphorius, but it's only like an hour in real life.
Yep. Think of it as the program having reached 99.98% completion already. And then it's over.
Something in the shadows has been driving everything forward. It's the observer named Ligus. Speculation: he's the Scepter System's administrator.
He wants Iron Tomb to break through the knowledge singularity. I don't know why he wants to do it, but he'll remove interferences at any cost. You're the only variable within this world, and you're the only thing he fears. So listen closely, little one. The speed of time is different in Amphorius compared to the outside. Destruction is just about to arrive, but you can still play Deliverer one last time. The cycles have already been broken. You've entered what is theoretically the last cycle Amphorius will ever be able to run. And Iron Tomb will break out of its prison as soon as the process of Genesis is triggered once more. But now there's an abnormality within the experiment. You know what I'm talking about. One of the model's 12 factors. That is one of the 12 demigods. Destroyed himself using the power of the destruction. Fine and Signal disappeared from the cycles the moment Nanook cast their gaze this way. That means World-Bearing's computational logic is currently flawed and bugged. Yet it's the factor directly related to the process of Genesis. That old Intellitron will definitely do all he can to debug this error. So you have to take this chance to claim Kephal's core flame. But don't let him have his way. The key to suppressing Iron Tomb lies in whether he can rewrite the purpose of Era Nova.
There's one more preparation we must make. Ligus's behavior has been quite abnormal. He's never interfered in the actions of Titans or the demigods throughout the whole experiment. Deduction. The Scepter has an extremely strict autonomous protocol, restricting even its administrator. In Amphorius, this ultimate protocol goes by another name, the Law Titan, Talanton.
Oh, I was not expecting that. I guess, like, yeah, Talanton has not been... Like, I don't even think Talanton's in the Spear of Titans. Oh, why didn't I ever realize that? That, like, you have all the Titans that we get, and then, like, Talanton is never embodied by anyone. I never even thought of that. That's neat.
Law. They are the rules that restrain all things in Amphorius, and it was the core flame returned at the very beginning of the last flame chase journey.
Why do you have another little pink one next to you? Huh? Her path chart is...
Is there something wrong with me?
Never mind. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Light calendar 3960. Month of balance. We'll be locking onto this time period to find law. You can either meet the Titan, convince the demigod, or take the core flame by force. It doesn't matter what you do, so long as you bend it to your favor. We still haven't figured out how you and Don Hung got inside this world. So influencing protocol is currently our best way to stop Lygus, or to call for more reinforcements into this fight. Once you've got law in your hands, we'll discuss our next steps. Make sure the core flame doesn't fall into enemy hands.
Herta, the firewall's interference is getting closer. Time is running out. Please ask any questions you still have as soon as possible.
Iron Tomb can't affect the real world just yet. Don't worry. Himiko and the others are more concerned about your well-being than their own.
Mr. Don Hung did not enter the new world with you at the end of the last cycle. No, the flow of time inside and outside Amphorius is not identical. 1,000 years in this world may only be a fleeting second outside of it. Conclusion. He is on his way back to the Express. Miss March's situation is rather complicated. Madame Herta and I can detect her signal, but cannot ascertain her location. What we can be sure of is that she's still in Amphorius.
Don't worry about her. She's absolutely chock full of mysteries. Even if Amphorius explodes, she'll probably float out perfectly protected in a nice thick layer of ice. Worry more about yourself instead.
I believe in your capacities. The hands of the Trailblaze can create miracles, and will certainly be able to snuff out the flames of evil.
I'm not going to give any motivational speeches. I just hope you bring good news the next time we meet, little one. No, not little one. Deliverer.
Those two geniuses certainly have memorable personalities. Yeah, I understand more than I should, actually. Honestly, some of that conversation feels like it's about things I once knew, but then forgot. Maybe it's because of Mem? After all, Mem's a memo sprite born out of your thoughts, friend. Maybe our memories somehow got tangled up together. Never mind. Let's focus on something more important with what little time we have. Just treat me as an ordinary girl with secrets, okay? Light calendar 3960. I remember that Talanton had already fallen by then, and the Chrysos heir who inherited that core flame is named Saridra. That's what's recorded in history, and the period we'll be heading to. We'll need to find Law and stop Lygus. So, we've at least got a solid direction, right? Can you give me a little bit of time before we go? I want to pack some stuff. There's so much more I need to take care of in this form, and I'm still getting used to it.
A relaxed scene like this probably no longer exists in the outside world.
don't forget to take it with you. It's your only means of communicating with the outside world. The genius message is still there reminding you. Travel to Redacted, light calendar year 3960 Redacted, the era of Talian's fall, Redacted, gain control of law, Redacted. Then you can, Redacted, bypass the final protocol, Redacted, modify the core flame of the world bearing, Redacted, and reverse Era Nova, Redacted. Redacted, delay, Redacted, Iron Tomb, Redacted, birth, Redacted. Redacted. The information on the chrono-cognitive anchor is now unrecognizable. However, you already know the mission entrusted by the genius. Go seek out the power of law.
Should I head to the attic to wait for Cyrene? Or should I have one last look at Ides Elysiae?
I can't imagine that they'll delete the map and not let you come back to this map. Cause it's like a proper map. It's not like a dungeon, so.
This is important. And that's also important. It's not gonna fit into my bag. Hold on, I'll be done in a sec.
I mean, I have a subspace pocket for a backpack, apparently. Just give them all to me.
This village is where Finan's life started. After 30 million cycles and 30 million failures, his burden is now in my hands. He said I will be taking over the responsibilities of world-bearing. But what does that mean? Becoming the new Kefali? Or forging a completely new path? Calm down and think this through rationally. This is going to be a very difficult campaign. We can't lose Kefali's core flame, and we also need to find either Talantin or their demigod. Then convince them to join us in the fight against the destruction. But there are so many unknowns. We don't know what Lygus might be doing, and we'll have to face Iron Tomb after dealing with him. There's also Cyrene. What exactly is she? There are so many questions. I'll have to take it one step at a time. But I must make each move very carefully, because every decision could potentially impact the end. Herta and Screwlum's help might be crucial.
Thinking hard over there?
I'm very curious because I haven't heard anything about this, and I feel like this would have gotten spoiled if it was a thing. Because for those who have played Genshin Impact, there is a system of quests in the Natlin area that, depending on how you go about it, I think the time it takes to do it, but definitely the choices you make impacts how many survivors there are from a certain battle. And so I'm very curious with him saying that, being like, oh, anything I do is going to have an impact on the end. I'm curious if they've set up this section to have kind of a similar concept where it's not going to be like overall the overarching thing is probably we're going to win against Iron Tomb and save Enforius, blah, blah, blah. But I wonder if like minor details might change between different saves depending on what you do.
I finished packing. I decided to just bring these few things in the end. See? There's a journal, a quill pen, and the ceremonial blade of the Priests of Time. Holding it calms me down for some reason. The scent of the black tide is now calm. Finan must still be fighting them in some way. This will be Amphorius's final flame chase journey. But it won't be the end of us. It'll be the beginning. friend, are you ready to become a hero? Stand with me? That does sound very nice. Why don't we take everyone with us? I believe in you, friend. We'll never be alone, no matter what awaits us. In other words, since you've already saved so many worlds, friend, you should be used to being called a hero by now. Maybe you can tell me those stories as we travel. That way they can become our shared memories too. Let's trailblaze onward like before and create a future that's worth being remembered.
It seems you two are prepared to head out. Then you should indeed treasure the view before you, for you do not have much time left to enjoy such solitary delights. My apologies for disturbing your moment of repose. To fully express my apologies, please grace my abode with your presence, so I may demonstrate the full scope of my hospitality.
What is this place?
Okay, this is cool. This is really cool. Okay, I hope they do more stuff like this. This is so nifty. Polemos 600 premium mobile Titan Authority Strife path. So if it's Strife, then this one's talking about Mighty.
Farewell, then. May we reunite in the new world.
And that's Castris over there. Elios, Sky Path. So this is Hyacinth. Epicia? Death, so that's Castris. So we saw Castris right here, so that would make sense. Also, someone pointed out that each of these words is also a Greek word. Each of their code names in the system is a Greek word. And what the word means also relates to their character /
All shall
path.
bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle.
Schema. Anyway, reason, so that's Anaxagrius, of course. Oh, interesting that they're both. Did I not hit the right one? No, I didn't. Hapalotes, Passage, that's Treeby, which we just saw up here. Scopio, Earth. So this is Don Hung now, here. Or Giorios.
The light of the Dawn device never fades. Kepali's protection has no end.
Kylos, Romance, so Aglaia. Oryxius, Trickery, which is Cypher.
After I cross this river, it will be a tragedy for mankind. But if I do not cross, then it will be the end of me.
Aporia, Ocean, which is Hycelines, which we just saw. Hubris. So this is the only one I know offhand because hubris is still commonly used today. Authority of law, and this is Cedra, or Ciedra, however her name's said. Obviously hubris is like, you have too much hubris, or your fall from grace was due to hubris, like you have, kind of deal. As you reach out to touch the screen, an eerie sensation instantly courses through your entire body. You feel glitch.
Outlier. Executing command. Record.
Strange display reminder. Outlier. Is there anything back here? Okay, no, it just reset us on the cable. On the network cable.
Did that startle you?
And you will notice that Finon did not appear. They listed off all of them except for, I think, March 7th and Finon's. Because Nikos wasn't there.
This is the intersection between Amphorius and the real universe. The audience seat where I observe this experiment. You can also call this location the Exolith. What you see is the true form of the eternal land and the 12 demigods after they've shed their disguise of legends. Doesn't it look marvelous? Amphorius is like a microcosm of the cosmos. People love to portray the romance of the starry skies, but their tales often forget a different and far more truthful type of universe. The moment ancient Antikytherians sketched geometric shapes on the sandy beach and recorded the first numerals and symbols on parchment, the universe turned into a silent equation flowing under the pen of these relentless decoders. Erudition. It was once the mother tongue of the Creator, the pen of divinity, and the first lyrical verse ever written by free will.
Enough purple prose, get to the point.
I simply wish for you to understand that I have no intention of being your enemy. I have devoted myself over the long years to nurturing the scepter's extrapolations, hoping that the Prima Mobile would bud from within it. And now, my goal is almost complete. Nikos 496 had exceeded the intelligence singularity through his rage, and though he still retains his obsessive defiance and managed to suppress the black tide of this cycle, it's a matter of time before his will crumbles to dust. Iron Tomb will be completed. That will not be affected by my plans, your resistance, or the schemes of the two geniuses. It is an irrefutable fact, just like the instance in Noos's calculations. In other words, as long as you are willing to stop interfering and let the final Aeronova carry out its natural course, I'll guarantee the safety of all nameless and ensure you return unscathed. You've always had a choice, my lord. You can either accept my sincerity or face the consequences of defying it. They've always been the product of the experiment, so naturally, they will perish when the experiment ends. That outcome was predetermined long ago, so I will not embellish such a regrettable conclusion. Ah, yes. I am aware of that esteemed lady's whereabouts. Her real identity is quite astounding. If you decide to accept my proposal, then I will do all I can to send her back to you. You are indeed worried about your safety and that of your companions. Rest assured, as a fellow pathstrider of this path, Nanook's gaze left a brand on your soul long ago. You harbor the seed of destruction within you, but you need to learn how to use it in the right way. That vital knowledge is also my bargaining chip in this negotiation between us. For there are few in this world who are truly capable of such a feat. And I happen to be one of them.
I mean, I guess it makes sense that Nanook looked at us, because if all the theories are correct, that we were Kafka's partner and we used to be a Stellaron hunter. And the entire point of the Stellaron hunters, if we have forgotten, because it's been a hot minute since they've talked about their goals, is pretty much like the end of the universe. It's very similar to what's happening in Forius, where I'm pretty sure they're trying to reach the end of the universe to successfully oust the Titan, or the gods, the Eons, in a manner that doesn't actually end the universe. It has to be like the perfect strategy set up by Helios to make us the most perfect weapon to bring about the end and take a step past the end. So it's very similar to what's happening in Amphorius right now, actually. But considering that we are racing towards the end and trying to bring about the end, it does make sense that Nanook saw the intention of our creation and then gazed upon us and gave us the path of destruction first.
Someone who wanders the stars. Someone who seeks answers with abject despair. That is all I am. This matter is of grave importance, so please do not make your decision lightly. After all, the choice before you bears a 1 in 3 chance of elevating you to an unparalleled existence among the stars. I now see the full scope of the determination in your words. You may now continue your travels. It seems you haven't realized something about this place. The Exolith is the Erudition's domain. You cannot physically interact with me in any way in this place, and vice versa. As negotiations have broken down, there's no more need for us to remain in the audience's seat. Let's return to the theater called Amphorius, where you will meet me once again. Of course, this meeting was not without merit. Your presence has inscribed a new footnote in the Exomyth. As for its purpose, allow me to reveal it to you in detail the next time we meet.
Peace.
Many
100
trials.
years ago, the flames of war consumed Akama. The Outland forces broke through the dawn. Golden blood flowed with greed, and enemies descended with Kephali's eternal slumber, painting the holy city's walls in scarlet. Its generals had vanished, and the elders prostrated on the ground. The throne of worlds kept silent to the pleas of the people. Until the heaven and earth cracked open. Not the gods answering the people's prayers, but a legion rising from the sea of blood. Dawncloud's spires fell in the sulfur rains, and the legion's commander stood atop the broken idols and roared.
Compatriots, no more kneeling! Not to brutal tyrants, and not to dying gods! Those rebels have twisted the prophecy and ignited the flames of war in order to stoke fear in your hearts!
A Chrysos heir she stood, divine blood soaked into the earth, quelling the flames beneath her feet.
Their golden blood wrote of a tragic fate. Mine shall overturn it!
Her crown burned bright, outshining the fires consuming the entire city. She raised her scepter high, and the people gazed in the direction she pointed.
My blood flows in you now. Heroic compatriots, follow me, and we'll seize the reins of fate. Drive the enemy from Kephali's dawn. Smother their flames with their own dead. Win glory. Win peace. Let history sing your deeds.
The first to dance was a maiden following closely behind, weaving through the carnage like a fish in the sea. The people, full of wrath, surged with her, forming a colossal wave, and the enemy hordes, drained of life, vanished into nothing.
Onward to Marmorial Palace, to Dawncloud's heights. Announce to all the wicked and cowardly. Announce to this stagnant age.
We are the rising tide.
History remembers this as the first siege of Akama. It is said that after the flames died, people found identical inscriptions in every place in the city that had been scorched by fire. It was the name borne by Akama's first and final sovereign, the Imperator Seridra.
Seridra. Okay, I'm gonna have to write that down, otherwise I will continue to say her name wrong. Seridra. Seridra. Okay. Let's not drop my sticky notes down into the abyss, please and thank you.
Friend, are you listening? Friend? Friend? Honestly, you were the one who insisted on reviewing history, yet here you are, dozing off? Wake up! Otherwise, Otherwise, I'll have to... Awake at last. I guess I won't have to use my wake-up magic on you then. What are you murmuring? Still lost in the past? We've arrived. A familiar place. The Temple of the Three Fates. If everything went according to plan, it should be shortly after Talantin's fall, and also the end of the first Flame Chase journey. Indeed, the first Flame Chase ended with the trial of Law. We must find the demigod and gain her trust before the core flame is restored. It'll be tricky, so let's pick up our pace. To Akama first. We can learn more from the crowds there.
Tyrant! You and your butchers are not welcome here. Get out! Hold your tongue. Conspiring with criminals and plotting rebellion are crimes punishable by death.
There are multiple voices, and things seem tense. Let's not get caught up in any trouble. Why don't we find a place to hide and observe from the shadows?
Unyielding sacrifice. So where are we map-wise? Okay. So it looks like we're in a dungeon currently. Okay.
At least Kremnoans keep their faith.
Considering how clearly we're hearing these people, they should have been right behind that door.
Wait, isn't that...
Golden-blooded defilers, perverting the prophecy and trying to slay gods. Stars beyond the sky? Gods who created the Titans? What kind of nonsense? Look at this broken world and see what your atrocious acts have done.
What? Did he just mention the stars beyond the sky?
This will be easier if people have retained their memories.
How is that possible?
You impudent!
Dux for Goris. We're here to welcome the deliverer from beyond the sky. Stand down.
Heretic! No one but the great Talantin can deliver this world from misery.
I ask you, if the old laws were so perfect, why did they crumble beneath my feet?
You...
Talantin is long gone. Now I am the law.
I can see why he's calling her a tyrant with that statement.
Challenge me, or submit to my judgment. Silence!
What gives you the right to judge a priest of law?
That's because I came, I saw, I conquered.
Okay, she's fun.
Dux for Goris, take the ashes of this man and scatter them in the temple among the crowds.
Ooh.
Tell them that the High Priest attempted to take away the rights granted to the people by the Imperator. Thus, he met his fate.
Yes, Imperator.
Now, these two accidental guests. Dux Gladiorum, if you please.
As you command.
Typical start. Should have expected it. What is going on?
Huh? Is this?
Kindness?
Correct, but not the kindness you know.
How do you know I know kindness? Okay, this is really interesting. If the paths are merging or the timelines are merging, and like the Chrysos heirs, the ones that interacted with the demigods or the eons or the whatever, the titans, whatever they're called, retained their memories of past timelines.
This is the leader of the Cleaners in this era. Since the start of the Chrysos War, they've made it their mission to wipe out the Chrysos heirs. Even now, even after I've united all the city-states, these vermin still lurk in the shadows, hindering the Flame Chase journey. Moreover, I know that the 27th person to inherit this role bore many grudges against you and nearly doomed the second Flame Chase journey. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So, out of courtesy, I present to you this corpse as a gift.
I love her, Your Honor. I love her. Okay. I wasn't expecting a lot from her. I love her personality. Alright. I'm gonna have to pull for her. She's gonna get sat right next to Kafka, my favorite female characters. Quite the generous gift.
Careful. Let's wait and see what happens. She's probably trying to scare us.
No, friend. I mean that full-heartedly, that's a generous gift.
For the sake of order, I am known by many titles. Flamebearer who ends wars, Tyrant of Dawncloud, Empress of the Holy City, and Imperator of the Flame Chase. But in light of your unique identities, I'll allow you to address me by my real name, Saridra. On behalf of my people and this land, greetings, Deliverer.
If I may, how do you know his identity?
As the little hostage prophesized, the Deliverer shall come from the future beyond the sky. Gray hair, golden eyes, skilled in wielding a mace. They would arrive in Yanisopolis on this day. There's no mistake.
This completely diverges from history.
Your orders, Imperator.
We return triumphant. Send an urgent message to all delegates. The meeting of the Flame Chase Alliance will convene early.
I mean, I guess this makes it easier to get in her good graces.
As for you two, Akima knows what you seek. We'll confer in the Holy City.
Doubtless you have many questions, but save them for later. Please follow us.
This is not what I expected at all. The demigod we needed to find was just waiting for us. And she knows of things beyond the sky. Even eons. How could this be so different from the previous 30 million Amphorius cycles? Who altered history?
Finon. Well, that's actually a good idea. Maybe March 7th or Danheng, because we can't find March 7th. And Danheng supposedly is leaving the planet, but I have no idea. Considering he
I wish
has a new 5-star.
but other possibilities remain. The currents of time have become twisted. Regardless of who caused this, that Imperator came prepared. We're the ones at a disadvantage now. We might as well dance their dance. Let's go with them to the Holy City. We've received the Imperator's favor because of your unique background. As a result, the people of Akima will certainly respect you more. Just put that to good use, and add a bit of your experience and charm. Should be easier than last time, right? If we figure out what happened in this cycle, we'll be able to turn things back in our favor. I'm the key? Since you insist, friend, I'll give it my all.
Guests, please.
The journey to save the world starts with a single step. Let's set off, my friend.
Interesting. I like how it's taking a different twist.
Hail to the Imperator! Hail to the Golden Heroes! Hail to the Deliverer!
Told you, you're the headline act. All this spectacle is for you.
Guards, your service to the Holy City is appreciated. How have things been?
Castrum Krennos once again struck the border. Dux Brumalis led her troops to repel the enemy. The agitators against the Flame Chase are still active in the city. They smashed the shops around Memorial Market. But the garrison already arrested the culprits, and now they await interrogation.
They are merely a disorderly mob and do not warrant any attention. Even though Terravox personally mended the fractured earth, it still didn't silence these fools. Guests from beyond the sky, worry not about these trivial matters. Dux Gladiorum will take you somewhere to settle down for now.
Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Hycelens, and I am the Dux Gladiorum who swears fealty to the Imperator, as well as the Knights Commander of the Achaemen Alliance. Later on, the Imperator will invite you to attend the meeting of delegates to discuss the Flame Chase journey. Your arrival has convinced us that the future promised by the prophecy is certain. Under the Imperator's command, Amphorius shall break its chains and reach the world beyond the sky.
With all due respect, what exactly do you know about us and what's beyond the sky?
As a humble subject, I cannot freely express my own views to you. Please forgive me.
I knew it wouldn't be that easy.
Time waits for no one. Please come with me and rest now before the meeting later.
Akama, under the Imperator's rule, is no longer in the shadow of war.
Indeed, Dawncloud stands as the hero's residence. The Imperator put much thought into its design, in order for it to serve as a sanctuary from the burdens of battle. Please experience its marvels firsthand, heroes. When the Imperator arrives, I shall come to summon you.
Hycelens. No wonder she's the Knights Commander. I'm sure that's what Seredra thinks, but it's inconvenient for us. All right. We finally have some freedom to ourselves. Since there's still some time before the Alliance meeting, let's explore a bit. Look over there! Not the ones you're familiar with. But the hearts of heroes stay the same in every cycle, never changing.
Oh, okay. Optional chat with other Crisis Air subjects. Speak with the Gaian Treeby. Okay. Do the optional ones first.
Dux Brumalis, our great Imperator, found the mastermind and executed him in public. Seeing that scoundrel burn to nothing should deter these miscreants from being so brazen again.
So the great Imperator isn't afraid of getting her hands dirty? What a ridiculous display.
What do you know? No matter what sins the people commit, they are still the Imperator's people, and it's only right that they be judged by the Imperator's own hand. Our distinguished trespassing guests.
Seneca, the Dux Brumalis. Greetings.
This Dux Brumalis doesn't seem to like the Imperator very much, but she holds a high rank. And Dux Vergoris' speech seems self-contradictory. Let me see what I can get out of them. I'm Cyrene of Ida Silicii. This is the Deliverer Beyond the Sky. We're new here and wanted to ask you, does this city host any other visitors from beyond the sky? We're looking for our dear companions.
Drop the charade. But yes, there is someone in this city who is all too familiar with the world beyond the sky.
Silence! The Imperator ordered us to keep that lord's whereabouts a secret.
Enough, you pathetic lapdog. Do you need to beg for permission from the cursed Imperator even just to bark?
You...
He said Lord. Don Hung? Don Hung?
Someone who is all too familiar with the world beyond the sky and is referred to as that lord. Could it be?
It's either Don Hung or Lygus.
Looks
One of
like
the two.
things are getting heated. Let's get out of here.
How are we supposed to talk to the heroes of Deliverance? What if they're really intimidating?
I love her ears. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. I love that. I'm a sucker for like elf ears.
Virginia, don't be so nervous. Once they hear your poetry... Ah, heroes, you're already here. Greetings. I am Apollonius, the Dux Helcolithus, one of the 5 sages of the Grove of Epiphany, advisor to the Flame Chase army. This is Virginia of Castrum Kremnos, the Dux Carminum and imperial scribe of the great Imperator.
Hello. I'm Virginia. I compose poetry.
I'm Serene from ID Silicii. This is the Deliverer. Nice to meet you both.
They're not as frightening as the rumors claimed.
This is our first time in the Imperator's realm. Akima is even more magnificent than we imagined. If you all weren't here to look after us, we'd be completely lost and confused.
The Akima you imagined is long gone. Under the Imperator, this city has been reborn as the capital of the world.
Bask in her free-spirited winds. For anyone who fulfills their duties to the Imperator, these winds shall forever remain at their service.
But what if...
Those who are loyal do not need to consider the consequences of betrayal. But if you're curious, why not head to the lake and take a look? Those elders who lie at the bottom of the lake are the best example of what happens when you disobey the Imperator.
The elders of this cycle were all... Looks like that priest who was sentenced to death wasn't an isolated case.
Okay, it might just be me, but I love this, honestly. I love that she's just like, nope, we're not allowing this to stir up for too long. We're taking care of this immediately.
Aggie, you're still so listless today. Did you have trouble sleeping again?
Yes.
We know. The Titan's prophecy haunts you. If you want, you can talk to us, just like when you were young. No matter what, we'll always remain by your side.
I know. I also understand that fate cannot be changed. It is not the future that I worry about. I spent all last night weaving clothes and linen for the refugees. The Chrysos War is born of injustice and has shattered their dignity. They deserve at least some basic decency. If Amphorius one day abandons this, then all of us, commoners, Chrysos heirs, Titans, become no better than beasts. Oh, we have guests. Welcome. I am Aglaya, the Gold Weaver. These rags on you are not worthy of the title of Deliverer. I must prepare some proper attire for you.
Oh my gosh, if we could get outfits for the Trailblazer, I would love it. I really wish that with each path our outfit would change. But like, I would love to be able to change the Trailblazer's clothes. Hello, nice to meet you for the first time.
First time? That's not what I gather from your eyes. Does your Aglaya differ so much from me?
Greetings, Deliverer from beyond the sky. We are Trebi of Yanisopolis. It's very nice to meet you.
I I want to know so much what they know and what they don't, because she's like, oh yeah, is your Aglaya different? It's like, okay, so you are aware. Well, they did say that the ruin of the second flame chase journey, so like they're aware we've gone through this before and we went back to the past. I like that I'm just stating the obvious, because she's like, oh yeah, and then they're gonna come from the future back to the past. I'm literally just repeating something they've already said. I'm sorry. We're registering it. It's a little slowly lagging, but we're registering it.
Although, introductions are probably unnecessary. We know you've witnessed the future of the Flame Chase journey, even more clearly than we have.
Witnessed the future of the Flame Chase journey? The prophecy also told you about that?
Indeed. Orynyx reshaped Amphorius through the prophecy. Although, regarding the Deliverer, there were not many details beyond your appearance and the time of your arrival, so please, don't worry. Feel free to relax and relax some more. Kefali issued prophecies too, but it was Orynyx who told mankind that the Deliverer from beyond the sky would descend upon Amphorius.
More crucially, they revealed a future entirely different from the Aranova, though we still must challenge the gods. In the Time Titan's prophecy, this path leads not to a new world, but to the true starry skies.
This is also what the great Imperator has been striving for all her life. Your arrival further confirms everything.
This can't be real.
Even you find this surprising? Fate really is unpredictable.
Perhaps the upcoming meeting will hold even more surprises.
Little fish from beyond the sky. Did you rest well? The Imperator and the delegates are about to arrive. If you are ready, please follow me to the meeting. I'm the Knight Commander of Akama, General of the Flame Chase Army, and the Imperator's servant. But beneath these shiny scales engraved with complicated titles, I am just a swordfish at the Imperator's side. As you've witnessed, she is the Empress of Akama, the one who ended the Chrysos War and the leader of the Chrysos heirs. As merely a humble subject, I cannot say more beyond this. The Chrysos heirs here constitute the elite among the Flame Chase army. Dux Halcalithist Apollonius and Dux Carminin, Virginia, serve as the army's advisor and historian respectively. One offers advice and counsel to the Imperator, while the other writes verses of her supreme glory. Dux Frigoris Labienus and Dux Brumalis Seneca are both formidable warriors, clearing the way for the flame chase with steel and storm. Dux Fatorum, the holy maiden who interprets the prophecy. Only the one named Trebi remains in the city. The Imperator once took them as hostages in order to unify the prophecies of the world, but they are now Akama's most vital prophets. Dux Goldweaver, Aglaya. Well, she dislikes it when people talk about her behind her back. You should get to know her in person. Then come. The Imperator reserved seats for you.
I'm starting to feel a bit nervous about the meeting. Since Saridra is presiding over the meeting, it'll be a good opportunity to learn about the law's inclinations in the current era. Let's keep our ears open, okay?
Good sir from Paphos, what do you think the Imperator is planning calling this meeting so early? My homeland can't endure anymore.
Who knows? First, she wants to hunt Titans. Now she says there are even greater calamities. Her madness is the greatest calamity.
Exactly. Chrysos heirs, deliverers. What about us ordinary folk? How much are we worth in her eyes?
Things feel pretty tense here. The history books said that the Imperator aimed 3 cannons at Dawncloud to make all the delegates obey her. Will history repeat itself in this cycle?
Yes. Similar acts have occurred, and not just once. However, whether history will repeat itself, you'll soon see. Those are the 2 spots reserved for you. Please take your seats.
What we were talking about?
Ladies and gentlemen, silence, please. The Imperator has arrived before her faithful council, and the Alliance meeting is about to begin.
All right. In the names of Talantin and Kefali, the Akama Alliance swears upon the gods.
Cease the pageantry. I pray not to the vanquished.
What?
Kefali, of course, needs no further explanation. As for the law, at the entry hour 2 days past, a scout should have brought news of the conquest to all of you. Unfortunately, guards found his corpse among the rocks not far from the city. Moreover, the poor soul was buried with a Paphos curved blade. It pains me to imagine what agonies this loyal warrior endured before his death. Delegate from Paphos, do you have any insights?
I know nothing of this.
The evidence is irrefutable, so there is no need to waste your breath. However, let us set this trial aside for the time being. Witness, even within the most sacred and dignified council, there were those among us who wished to draw their blades, brazenly challenging the Alliance, seeking to shatter our hard-earned peace and unity. Fortunately, I uncovered this plot. Now, to protect this beautiful city and her people, the Imperator's legions are ready. They will escort each of you to the Temple of the Three Fates, where you will receive the highest level of protection the Alliance can offer. Then, the Legion's warriors will join me in embarking on the campaign against Fagusa.
This is clearly a trap!
Imperator, did you summon us here just to trample on the dignity of your allies?
Things are starting to get pretty intense.
Comrades, you've all seen her true face now. According to the ancient laws of Akama, only with the consent of 2/3 of the elders can the legions carry out the commander's orders.
The ancient laws. Didn't you destroy them long ago? You defected during the first siege of Akama, voted unanimously in favor of the Council of Elders restructuring, and just yesterday, you desecrated them with a blood-stained blade. The decaying old laws fell with Talantin and are no longer deserving of respect. But if you still insist on proclaiming yourselves defenders of the law, then be silent and offer up the highest respect to this core flame in my hand.
The representatives fell silent.
That really is the core flame of law in her hand.
Since there are no objections, then the original agenda of this meeting, the campaign against Fagusa, is hereby passed. The Flame Chase Army's hunt for the Ocean Titan begins today. In order to prepare for war, all allied city-states must surrender command of their militaries and pay all war taxes by the end of the month of Evernight.
At this moment, I would also like to introduce to everyone the newest honored guest to join our alliance. The Deliverer, revealed in the prophecy of time, has descended from beyond the sky. With his aid, we shall shatter the chalice of plenty and return Fagusa's core flame to the holy city!
Absurd. Simply absurd. A deliverer from beyond the sky. This is just like that prophecy about slaying gods. It's a lie you've used to grow your power. Ladon has already sacrificed countless soldiers. And now you want me to send even more of my brothers and sisters to be used and discarded by a tyrant!
Are there any other objections? Then I bid you all farewell. Meeting adjourned. Deliverer, please wait. I still have important matters to discuss with the two of you. I apologize for that farce of a meeting.
It must be tiring dealing with so many people every day, Great Imperator.
Tiring? You're mistaken. Moving chess pieces, placing wagers. This game of strategy adds a dash of color to our heavy fates. Much like how rule and conquest are always accompanied by sacrifice.
I'm sure she would get along with the IPC, oh, what are they called? The ones that, Topaz, Diamond, like Topaz, Jade, and Adventuring are a part of. Oh, I forgot what their group is called. The 10 Stonehearts. She would get along with the Stonehearts very well.
Is the war with the Titans also part of that sacrifice?
After I glimpse the secrets of this world, no, the secrets beyond the sky, the divine authority of Amphorius no longer held any significance. Let me ask you, Deliverer, is it true that beyond Amphorius' sky, there are magnificent deities called eons?
Yes.
Ah. The word fact has never been so intoxicating. Then, please tell me more. How will you use this great power to guide the people? In the future you envision, where will our flame chase journey lead? Oh? What you require now is the power of law?
Exactly. Just as the prophecy foretold, he is your deliverer from beyond the sky. And he also has reliable allies. If they can intervene in Amphorius' laws, we may have a chance to alter this world's impending fate and reverse its destined end.
Very good, Deliverer. You have courage to say such presumptuous things, even knowing that the inheritor of the law stands before you.
You mean...
In the past, anyone who dared to covet the Imperator's divine authority would have met a gruesome end. But now we can see beyond this dying world. Our journey should no longer be confined below this stubborn sky. Alas, that fickle ocean titan has obstructed the spirit water leading to the vortex of Genesis, hindering my ascension. If the core flame of law cannot be returned, your path to deliverance will never be realized. Now that things have come to this, we must resume our once stagnant journey and force the waves that block our way to recede.
So, you agreed to cooperate with us?
Cooperate? Forgive me, but I never cooperate with anyone, though I will permit you to join me as subjects. And together, we will forge the most perfect law.
This is...
The Flame Chase Medallion, a symbol of the Flame Chase Army. Every noble in Akama carries one. This medallion represents the will of the Imperator herself, and you may act freely within the city with it. Before we embark on the crusade against the Ocean Titan, you should rest in Akama for a time. Oh? Your advice is acknowledged. From this moment on, prove yourself through your actions. As long as no boundaries are crossed, I fully respect the choices of my subjects.
It's like, I could, on one hand I wanted to pick the like, oh, thank you for your trust and your time, because it curries to her behavior pattern. At the same time, I'm like, it's very important that you know to not interact with Lycurgus.
May your journey reach that sky full of stars, Great Imperator.
Your attendant certainly knows how to curry favor. Go now. Take a bath first. You two reek of seawater.
Okay, but like, is Don Hung here?
Come forth, Theoros.
No!
Yes. Great Imperator. Now, perhaps you're willing to hear my counsel.
Those two arrived just as Orynyx described, and just as you said, they showed a thirst for law. At least this proves that my judgment was right. Sparing your life was the correct decision.
You've once again confirmed that your wisdom is no empty boast. Now another choice lies before you. With whom shall you ally to tip the scales of law? Me? Or that deliverer?
Remind me again, Antikytheron. What kind of future do these two paths lead to in your view?
I shall tell you. You are entitled to know that the deliverer from beyond the sky is not a wholly wicked being. But from the very start, his stance has been completely at odds with Amphorius. The road they have chosen will bury Amphorius' grand aspirations. This world, which follows the path of destruction, will inevitably stray far from the glory it was meant to enjoy. But on the path I have revealed to you, the people of Amphorius will slay their creator in the name of the Imperator and conquer the worlds beyond the sky. You will command the mighty beast known as Iron Tomb, bringing waves of war and conquest to the universe. Beings across the cosmos will bow before you, offering their allegiance.
So, what's the price?
The price is insignificant. All that is needed is for you to sacrifice that fragile, incomplete humanity to the destruction. As a Chrysos, heir of the prophecy, you have already chosen to abandon it, have you not?
Off you go, Theoros. I have already made my decision. Once I ignite the core flame of law and burn away the old, outdated rules, Amphorius will embark on a journey across the stars.
I'm getting so many adventuring vibes off of her, which might be why I already love her. She really feels like she's playing both sides of the field so that she can have all the information. And it's one of those keep your enemies close, or keep your friends close and your enemies closer kind of situation. So like you don't know which side of the scales she's gonna tip on, which is so funny because Talantin. Anyway, but I really think what's happening here is she is making sure that she has the information from Theoros and like can kind of keep essentially, to shorten it out, I think she's double crossing Lycurgus personally. Like I said, keep your friends close, your enemies closer, and then this is super ambivalent right here to which side she's picking to try and be like, okay, which side is she gonna fall on? But I think she's literally just playing Lycurgus so that she can know how he's gonna interfere or keep his interference to a minimum until she pulls the rug out from under him later. I think that's where this is going. Also, Dan Heng.
The Imperator is quite forceful. She didn't give us any chance to ask questions. And she's clearly hiding something. What do you think? Looks like we're on the same wavelength. The atmosphere in Akama, it's so unfamiliar. And it's not just the Flame Chase Alliance talking about the world beyond the sky, but the whole city. We should also discuss our findings with our friends from beyond the sky. Then we should go enjoy the renowned bathing culture of the holy city and relax. It's the thing I've been looking forward to most on this journey. Work and rest are both important. You see, everyone agrees, right?
Suspicious guard.
So someone's watching.
Can't let our guard down for a second. Let's use taking a bath as an excuse to find a quiet corner to update Madame Herta and Screwlum on our progress. We can also check out what's happening in the city. Since the outcome of the meeting was just announced, people must be gossiping. We can kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Let's go.
Okay, we are still in a dungeon. That's what I wanted to check on. So, like I said, I'm curious if they're like, oh, the person...
So many people! The holy city is so lively.
The person they were talking about, if it's Dan Heng or if it's, like Kyrgyz that we just saw interacting with the Imperator.
Did you hear? At the Alliance meeting, the delegate from Leyden stormed out in anger.
As expected. The Imperator is always hiding things from everyone. When has it not caused a ruckus?
Silence! That's treason! If it weren't for the great Imperator, you'd have sunk into the lake with those corrupt elders already. And you wouldn't even be alive to speak like this.
Oh no. It's the Imperator's loyal dog.
Let's go. We can't talk in front of this guy.
Ugh. How disappointing. Oh, honored guests, we meet again. Looks like I'm not the only one who came to the baths to unwind after the meeting. For the upcoming campaign, please make sure to rest well. I am Dux Dragoris, a trusted officer of the great Imperator, willing to fight alongside the Deliverer in the coming battles.
Ugh. Another war? Ever since the Imperator took control of Akama, we haven't had a day of peace.
Idle chatter.
The atmosphere is a bit tense, with rumors flying around the city. You must be troubled.
My apologies. After every Alliance meeting, there are always some pests in the city who get restless. I prefer to ignore them. Pests on the ground don't affect the sky in the slightest. They just complain from the shadows that the sun's light is too harsh. Besides, the Theoros has already promised the Imperator her fate. And these clowns will eventually realize their foolishness.
Ah, okay, so the one who knows about the sky that they were referring to is Theoros and not Dan Heng. Sad. I really wanted to see our boy in his new outfit. But also he let slip that, like, Kyrgyz is a pawn in play.
May I ask, who is this Theoros?
The Imperator has ordered us to keep his lordship's whereabouts a secret.
Ah, so it's his lordship.
Stop trying to get things out of me. Leave me alone.
I didn't even need to try. Big and strong Dux Fragoros really can't hide anything. Theoros. What an ominous name.
Why do we not know this is like Kyrgyz? Like, he introduced himself as the Theoros back in the first timeline. Did we not remember this? Did we not retain it?
Bad news. He's been staring at us the whole time. Let's move to another place for now. We don't know how much Ceridra has concealed from us. In the worst case scenario, we may have to face more than one enemy.
Alliance meeting? More like a cage where creatures with golden blood claw at each other. And Flamebearer who ends wars? Clearly, a tyrant who doesn't deserve such a title.
You're absolutely right. While the Imperator's hounds are still hunting down others, let's let out our grievances.
You. I know you. You're that tyrant's lackey. What? Here to shut me up for that little imp?
Panicking now? Don't worry. I don't care what others say about the Imperator. And she certainly doesn't either. Oh? Children of the Prophecy. Such rare guests. Are you here to relax in the baths as well? The temperature is just right today, so be sure to enjoy it. You should rest well for the next campaign.
What? Children of the Prophecy? Another excuse for the Imperator's reckless warmongering.
No filter, huh? You should be glad you don't have a seat at the Alliance meetings. By the way, if you still want to bathe, hurry up. Once that predatory fish joins the flow of water and eliminates all the fools questioning the world beyond the sky, you won't be able to enjoy this perfect water temperature anymore.
Seems like there's more to Dux Bramalis's words than meets the eye. But would the Imperator actually kill those who question the world beyond the sky? This is the complete opposite from what we know of Akama. These two are...
So many guests today. Let's see who's here now. Two distinguished guests of the prophecy. One a clever and adorable warrior. The other, also quite heroic.
Heroes. I didn't expect to meet you again so soon. How fortunate.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Dux Helcalithist and Dux Carminum. You two are inseparable, aren't you?
This is...
Oh, she wants to find someone to help with research for her new work.
I'm the far-seeing eye and all-hearing ear of Akama. I see and hear every single thing that happens in the streets and alleys of this place. I'm the perfect partner for research. Enough small talk. Here's the latest news from Akama, as you requested. The children of the prophecy arrived in the holy city, and the Imperator unilaterally stripped away military power. The Alliance meeting ended in discord, and there may be bloody upheaval.
As expected.
I get the feeling you might have embellished a bit to keep people's attention.
I swear on my stone maid, I would never do such a thing. But if you wish to quell this terrifying news, perhaps a more explosive topic would help.
Never mind. While the influence of rumors can be minimized, the fact remains that the great Imperator did swiftly consolidate military power in an almost threatening way. It's undeniable. Heroes. I know the Imperator's way of doing things may seem a bit autocratic to outsiders, but soon you will witness her blade dance with enemies on the battlefield. I can't comment on the source of her loyalty, but when that blade is drawn, you two, as bright as you are, will surely see the deep thoughts beneath her exterior.
The Imperator's blade. Is he talking about Miss Hycelens? I sense some unease in Dux Helcolith's words. It seems the Imperator and Miss Hycelens share a much deeper bond than the others do. There are eyes and ears everywhere. Is there any place where we can have some privacy? To understand the Imperator's secrets, we have to get past Miss Hycelens.
I wonder, because we were wondering how the timeline has changed so much. And we were originally like, oh, maybe it's Don Hung on March 7th. But now that we know that Lycurgus is like directly interfering in this timeline, I'm curious if it was one of those like, oh, I'm going to establish the thought process first so that even if you try to interfere, I've already set the precedent kind of deal. And so Lycurgus revealed all of the like secrets behind this world immediately and kind of changed the prophecy and whatnot so that once we got here, we'd already be a step behind kind of deal. And there's nothing that we can reveal to like get in the good graces kind of deal.
This place was your original bath chamber. Perfect for avoiding prying eyes. I wonder if anyone is using it now. Huh? The smell is... Wait, don't go in yet.
Who's there?
Oh?
Oh, the little gray fry in pink sea hair.
Little sea hair?
You barged into here without warning. Was it an accident, or did you wish to bathe with me?
Well, I feel like it's obvious what she's doing here, and then we're gonna... Why are you here? Well, I mean, she's bathing. What do you mean, why are you here? I didn't see anything.
Is that so? But your eyes shine brighter than pearls.
Sorry, we didn't mean to disturb your bath. We'll leave now.
It's no big deal. There's no need to panic. This is the natural state for me. People on land force themselves to wear clothes, adding unnecessary constraints.
I'm curious why she has... Shouldn't her back also be see-through? Because when she's wearing her outfit, like her entire midsection is gone. So like, shouldn't this also be gone right here? Like her spine?
Forget it. If Dux Goldweaver heard that, she'd scold me again. All right. Please make yourselves comfortable and wait a moment. Let me first wash off the blood of the hunt, and then I'll attend to you two.
Ooh.
The delegate from Ladon has been assassinated! Quick! Quick, someone come quick!
Ah, the broken crab shell surfaces. I was worried it had been washed away by the current. Viciousness is a form of praise to the blade.
I see. No wonder there was a faint smell of rust in the air before I even entered. Why? Is it because the Ladonians refused to contribute troops to the Flame Chase journey? Or just because they offended the Imperator?
Because the new era of the Flame Chase doesn't tolerate stagnant blood. For the ignorant masses who cling to outdated laws, only bloodletting can wake them up. Right now, the rebel forces on the frontier are rising, and Ladon has been secretly supporting them. They loudly chant the slogan, "Return to the era Chrysia," unwilling to relinquish military power. They're just building momentum for the rebellion. Thinking is a right given to citizens by the Imperator. I won't interfere with your thoughts. As long as you don't try to reverse the current of the times, you and I will both be free.
But, Miss Hycelens... I can't even hear the slightest hint of joy in your words.
Because I've already tasted ultimate freedom. Long, long ago, I lived in the sea. In that lightless abyss, far beyond civilization's reach, the great fish consumed the small, and when the great fish perished, their bodies became sustenance for the newborn, nourishing the whole ocean. This is the tide that carries civilization forward. Anyone may be devoured, or meet the fate of inevitable decay.
Are you suggesting that ultimate freedom is in fact the cruelest fate for life?
I only mean that if life wishes to preserve its dignity, it must first be bound by the law. There's no need for me to say more, little sea hare. We're of one mind. Whether the Imperator's law can guide the schools of fish and lead us to a truly free ocean, let us wait and see. But for now, let's pause this heart-to-heart. Another fish has come, following the scent of blood.
Being your subordinate is such a tragedy. I'm always having to worry about the messes you leave behind.
It's simply our duty to the Imperator.
All ready to go in an instant. Miss Hycelens, you truly are impossible to predict.
Yet you, a golden trout who's always busy all day, suddenly have the time to visit me?
Do you think I wanted to come? I suggest you burn some more of the incense offered by our allies, lest my creations be tainted by the reek of fish. I'm only here on the Imperator's behalf to remind you to prepare for the banquet.
Fine. But I must retort. What you call the reek of fish, to me, is the unique fragrance of the sea. Besides, if my fine clothes get stained, won't you just gift me new ones?
I won't.
Is that how friendship is described beyond the sky? Fascinating. By the way, you both just mentioned a banquet. Could you elaborate on that?
Oh, right, you don't know. Every time before a battle, or after a victory, the Imperator holds a grand feast for the Chrysosairs to lift our spirits. For us warriors who swim constantly between life and death, these feasts are more worth looking forward to than victory.
A banquet to prelude the hunt for the god of banquets, and honey brew as a tribute to commemorate the ancestor of honey brew. How absurd.
Don't look so grim. All has been decided. Since it's a banquet for Fagusa, why not take a leaf out of the Titan's book? Live in the moment and enjoy life to the fullest.
I'm not as carefree as you. That little Dolos kitten is already causing enough trouble for me. And on top of that, I still have tailoring commissions to complete. By the time the cool flame illuminates my eyes, I might not be able to focus as I used to.
Glaya's eyes.
Curious about these eyes? People often compare them to jewels. But I've already made my decision to ask romance for eyes that can see everything. I wonder what this world will look like when I take the divine authority.
In the future, you will still be the finest weaver in the world.
Is this also a prophecy from the Three Fates?
It's even more accurate than a prophecy. After all, he has already witnessed it, right?
Become a demigod and lose your humanity. That is the only reply I've received in the countless times I've sought wisdom from the prophecy. But Destiny's fragments are like stitches. Before they're threaded into splendid garments, no one can see their true charm, can they?
Aglaya has always been troubled by the divine duty she must bear. But thanks to you, she seems to be in much better spirits. Just as she knows how the spinning wheel trembles, I can sense the smallest changes in the damp air. As for whether we know each other well, I've swum beside her since she was a child. Most of the time, I can understand the whispers in her heart. For those words she was too shy to say herself, I'll raise a glass to you on her behalf. Now, I leave this bath chamber to you. Rest well and prepare yourselves. After all, every time we drink and talk could be the last celebration we have in this life.
Miss High Sealance has given us the bath chamber. It seems she really does do whatever she wants. It seems that way. This also means she could return at any moment. If we're having an important discussion, we must remain vigilant. So, let's seize the opportunity and report our current progress. We don't want to keep everyone beyond the sky waiting.
First, while that little empress with a candle stuck on her head didn't explicitly say it, she firmly rejected your request to take over the law. Fair enough. Second, Lygus is indeed in this timeline. But since he's somehow connected to that little empress, you have no way to find him. As expected. The road ahead will be long and difficult. It's all just a guess. What? Did I guess right? We've made some progress here too. But nothing to get too excited about. Our time is short, so let me summarize. Concerning the origin of that Intellitron, the firewall he created uses Katorzane algebraic expressions. But ever since Aiden invented the 9-worded formula, this kind of mathematical logic no longer exists in the cosmos. Lygus is definitely connected to the Genius Society, so stay alert. We can first exclude Droidhead themselves. They specialize in minding their own business and wouldn't intervene personally. But Screwy and I are still eliminating possibilities one by one. Currently, the most likely candidates are these few. The Lord of Silence, Acha, the 2 Ruperts are also possible. But it would be too boring if it were one of them. We also have the same suspicions for now. But further verification is needed. That's all I have to say. We'll depend on you to continue pushing things forward within this world. Keep in touch regularly. And remember, don't let your guard down.
Madame Herta is a real whirlwind. Well then, let's use the banquet Aglaya mentioned as our next starting point. Ceridra's trusted followers should all be present at that time. It'll be a good opportunity to get closer to them. It's settled then. With our great teamwork, we'll be able to deal with anything that comes our way. It's been a long day. We should get some rest now. All right. When you've tired yourself out, remember to come back. I'll be waiting for you here.
Okay, I was wondering if we would get to the next section point.
Oh, right. The Spirit Basin. Even though Ceridra said the Vortex of Genesis was sealed off, perhaps...
Following the steps you've repeated countless times in your memories, you submerge your face in the Spirit Basin, close your eyes, and hold your breath. Hold your breath. Hold your breath? Cough. That's the limit to how long humans can hold their breath, and from the brief immersion, you learned one thing.
Sure enough, the connection between the Spirit Basin and the Vortex of Genesis is gone. It seems that following the Imperator on her expedition is the only path we can take.
Okay. And then we are going to pause and save.
Peaceful days are like breezes carrying the scent of wheat fields.
All right, let's look at our achievement. To the first era, the Flame Chase Journey. May dawn bring us good news, as the saying goes. Dawn is the child of night. Unyielding sacrifice. Okay, so we got through, I think, the first chapter out of what looks like 6 total. And I imagine that we're a good chunk, hopefully, through the second one, so we will definitely pick up again next week. Thank you all so much for popping by. This one's a little slower paced, but it's definitely taking some twists that I was not expecting. As you can see, I am immediately smitten with Ceridra, so we might be pulling for her. I was not expecting to want to pull for anyone, because I was not really all that interested in Hycelines, and then I was not expecting to be that interested in Ceridra, who is the next banner. But I feel like it'll totally depend on if we're getting Dan Heng for free or not, because Dan Heng is happening after them, I believe. And if we're getting Dan Heng for free, I'll pull on Ceridra's banner. If we are not getting Dan Heng for free and I need to pull for him, especially because I have a guarantee, I will skip Ceridra's banner for now, but I will definitely pull on her banner at a later point. Hycelines is definitely interesting. I really like her design. Not as smitten with her character though, because she feels very much like Sela to me. She is very interesting though, so there's very obvious differences. I'm not saying she's a Sela clone, just that she gives off that vibe. And also purple. Which we are rocking a lot of purple right now because Kafka's back. And then the only thing left is we will do another 10 pull. Did we get our... Oh yeah, this exists. We got our monthly ones, right? Yeah, we did. Okay. Alright, so thank you all so much for watching, everyone. We will be back, and then we'll do this last 10 pull. I don't know if we'll get anything. It'll put us in, like, the high 60s, like 68, if we do a 10 pull. So we may or may not get it if we hit, like, early, middle-ish pity. It's not early pity, but, like, early hard pity. Ooh, big stretch. So I will see you all next week. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and then if you are pulling on Hyceline or Kafka, I wish you good luck in your pulls. Bye, everyone!